Hi, welcome to Mystery Mike. Thank you all for tuning in. Alrighty, I got a good one for you today. This is my new Kubota M110X. So far, so good. I got this about almost 2 months ago, not quite. And so far, so good. The first cutting of the year, Anthony's over there baling. I'm raking. And I just wanted to show you my tractor and a little bit of what we're doing here today. I'm heading down the road to another little piece of land that we farm. I'm going down my driveway here. There's the dash to the tractor here, and there's all kind of levers and buttons and shifters. See that rake right there? That rake right there, that came from a farm that I used to help farm when I was just a very, very young man. And I used to go over there as a little boy. And I loved that farm. I loved those folks, the Smokies. They were wonderful people, and I miss them dearly. And their niece gave me that rake, and not only is it a rake, but it is very sentimental to me. This is the gear shifter here. It has 8 low and 8 high. All right, I'm going to head down the road, so I'm going to have to turn this off and put you all on in a little bit. This is some good hay. Got to be a little careful going around this bend here with the vehicles, because that brake hangs over a little bit. And got to watch these cars. This is my gear shifter here. I'm going real slow now. I can shift it up a little bit. That's 4 high. 5 high, 6 high, 7 high. Getting used to shifting these gears here a little bit. And that's as high as she goes. I can imagine this thing can move across the road pretty good. This is all new for me taking it across the road. It's like I said, I just got this. It's a real little piece that we cut here. We're going to get like the Bale off of it. We have quite a few pieces all the way up and down this road. A little bit. There's a sensitivity button for when you switch. Gotta be careful going over this little bridge. You don't want to go too far to the right or too far to the left, or you'll wind up in that little stream. Man, what a pretty day. I mean, it is beautiful. Now, as I'm going back here, I gotta be careful. Just like I said, my brake hangs over and I don't want to hit any trees. Look at that little street. Man, I tell you, I'll take this weather all year round. It feels like it's only about 72, right on the money. That's perfect temperature. Perfect. They're calling for some rain tomorrow, so we're trying to get this hay baled up because it's good quality stuff, and then get it wrapped. I used to cut that little field back in here. I think I'll be able to start cutting it again. Matter of fact, I know I will. I'm going to have to tell Carr I'll cut that. Here's another little one. All right, let me downshift here. exhaust is looking good too. Alright, now what I got to do is go out there and put the brake in gear, and she'll be ready to go. There's emergency brake right there. This is a forward and reverse. This is real nice because when I want to go reverse, I just pick it up, pull it back. When I go forward, I just pick it up and push it forward. It is so nice. This is my first cab tractor and has a radio, air conditioner. It is really nice. Naturally, it's used. I can't afford anything new, and I like it just as much. And I thank God I was able to get this. And we are ready to rock. Look, there's a deer down there. Look at that deer. See if I can zoom in on it. There he goes. And see, that's just so wonderful. Just being out here farming, doing something I love, and seeing nature like that. That just makes my day. To see a deer like that. It's just, you know, what more can I ask for? Farming on a beautiful day with my son, seeing wildlife. Now with this tractor, I kind of like it when the wind's in your face, when you're driving without a cab, but the cab makes it so much nicer when it's hot, when it's cold, when it's a lot of bugs, and it keeps the sun off of you. So it has too many good advantages over one that's open. So I'm really enjoying this. I'm getting a good shot of this thing raking here. I'd like to show you this all done and brake, but Anthony got here faster than I thought he was going to get here. So I'm only going to show you a little bit of it because he'll be bailing this up in no time. But wait till I swing around this bend, you'll see at least one row that I have. But Anthony will be on this so fast that by the time I get it all done and look back, it will all be bailed up. So I'll just show you what I can show you. The outer row, which is your first row, is usually the thickest because you got to pull it away from the woods and then break it back, and then when you do that, you're going to get another row in there. So that's usually your thickest. But you can see where I got that there, and there goes Anthony. And you can see my row that I have right here. Now I'm going to take, now this is really a heavy row right here, and that's what's nice about this new tractor I have. It sits up nice and high, and it's a road crop tractor, so it sits up nice and high, and it's real good for raking hay and baling, because that hay don't get clogged up underneath. Now I'm pushing this over a little bit more, so when I come down here, I can take a better turn into this little patch right there, so I can put it out there for Anthony, because I want to make it real easy for when he comes to rake here. I'm sorry, when he comes to bale. So I'm going to have to hit this a couple times. But you want to make everything nice and easy for when he's baling. So it's less wear and tear on that equipment, and it's easier on Anthony, so we don't have to go over and over and you want to get it nice and neat with this equipment, because this equipment's made to make it easy for that equipment. That all makes sense to you. And so here I'm going up now and starting another row. You always go clockwise. The only time you go counterclock is when you do that row up against the wood. And then when you go and get that done, you go clockwise. Here comes Anthony's. Boy, this is just nice to be out. First cutting and breaking and baling of the year. Now Anthony's just made one full bale, which is a 4x4. And I don't know exactly how much it weighs. I'm just going to say roughly maybe 600 pounds. It's close, it's close. And what he's doing, he tied it, and there it is. He released it. The cows will gobble that up. You know, I never cared a whole lot for Kubota, but the more I read about them and looked into them, the more I liked them. I always liked John Deere and always will. It's nothing like running around in a nice green tractor on a green field. And they are, I think, one of the top of the line tractors, but price-wise makes a big difference. And when you look into the Kubotas, for what you get price-wise, you get a lot. So that's why I got a Kubota, and so far I like it. And as I go along here and show you what I'm doing today, I'll talk about it more and more. One of the good features on this Kubota, which John Deere has this as well, but my other tractor didn't, which was an International, which I like also. But like I said, when it comes to Kubota, you can afford, or at least I can afford it much better for what I get. But what I love on this thing, it's a nice air suspension, and that's really good to have, so your back don't wind up hurting. And I love that. And right here is how you push that lever in, and that adjusts your steering if you want it in or out further, or when you get in and out. Now it is a little tight getting in and out of this because it's one of the older cabs, but I'll get used to it. And the new Kubotas, you push this lever in and you have a telescopic steering wheel and dash it. It will even pull out straight towards you. All right, I got to downshift this a minute. It's hard to do all this with one hand filming and one hand driving. But yeah, I was looking at the on YouTube the brand new Kubotas. The only thing is that the new Kubotas and all these tractors, I think they're overthinking it, because they have so many hoses and so much electric wiring and so many buttons. You know, I kind of like it simple, so you know, it make it a little bit easier, and especially for when things break. You know, it's like, oh my lord, you see all those hoses and wires, and it's like, good grief. You know, is it going to break? You know, it's like, God, I hope not, because if it does, it's like you got to find the hose, you got to root through all the other hoses. I mean, it's a lot. And the newer these tractors are getting, and the data they're putting on, I mean, it's nice and everything, don't get me wrong, but when it breaks, it isn't. But anyway, I really like this tractor so far. It is really nice. I'm enjoying it, and I pray to God it continues to do as good as it is. And like I said, as I go here, I'll talk about the tractor a little bit and just show you what I'm doing. There's Anthony baling, and this is all that's left here, and I'm going to head down to the other field, and I'll show you out when I get there. This is my other field right here. This field always grows some nice hay. So start raking her on up, and I'll show you a little bit as I go. When I make a spin here, you'll see how I pulled this hay away from the woods. So I'm going counterclockwise. And I'm even going to do it again. Well, you can get by with just one time, but I want to make sure it's far away, give me nice room to work when I come back and go clockwise. Because you can't roll it into the woods because you wouldn't be able to bale, you wouldn't be able to get it. So you got to roll it away from the woods. And like I said, I'm going to even do two and then reverse it and put it in the pile. Or I should say row. Now I'm going to go clockwise. I reversed it. Now I'm going to move it back into the area I just raked. There's Anthony. He is on my heels, ready to go ahead and bale. Now we're over here at another field, and I used to do the fields over here to the right, but me and Anthony lost these ones because they sold the place, and the people that bought it are going to put animals in there. Although it looks like it is really grown. I might have to talk to them and see. But anyway, to show you a little bit of the tractor here. This is your clutch, and I already showed you what this was for the tilt, horn, brakes, foot throttle, and then your hand throttle right here. Some of these buttons I still got to find out a little bit more about. Now, this is the first time I had the tractor out in the field. It rides smoother in the field than what I thought it was going to. But if you hit certain bumps a certain way, like both of those tires in and out of a ditch, it sort of does like a, I don't know, like a little whiplash. It really does bounce. And I quite don't like that, but I don't know. Maybe all tractors do that to a certain extent, but that seemed a little rough. The space in between the cab and my head, I don't like that because I did hit a hole, and when I hit it, my head did hit the top, and I don't like that because I don't like to jam my head. It wasn't bad, it wasn't much, but it could have been, and I hope that don't become a problem. Now I can lower the seat. The whole seat is on air suspension, so I can lower the seat, so that's no problem there, but I don't want to go too low. But you know, you can't get one tractor to fit the whole bill, if you know what I mean. You're going to have problems here and there, but overall I do like it. It's a little hard getting in and out and a little tight in the cab, but I can get used to all that. I just got to watch about the bumps and hitting my head. I hope that don't become a problem. Other than that, it's all good. You just have to buy a couple tractors to fit the bill to do a little of this and a little of that. Now we're loading the bales on the trailer. Now I usually use a spear for this, but the spear don't fit this tractor. I got to get another one. So I'm using the pallet forks for loading. But now we'll load up all the hay like that right there on the trailer, put 15 on there, and then take it back to the house and then start wrapping. Well, this is the last bale in this field here, and our truck hauls 15, and that's how many we had here. It worked out just right. I'm getting better at shifting this. This is all new to me here. So Anthony will take that back to the house, and then we'll wrap it. That way you'll see the whole process of how we do hay, other than cutting it with the disc spine. And what you do is you cut that, And depending if you're going to wrap it or put it in a barn, depends on how long you let it sit and dry. When you wrap it, it can be a little wet. But when you put it in a barn, it can't be wet at all. It's got to be dry, because it can start a fire. Well, I'm going to go back up to the house and start taking some bales out of our field and putting them down at the bottom. He's going to take those up top and we're going to wrap them. I'm getting better at shifting. This is my first power shifter tractor, and I'm getting better at it and figuring out just how to do it without it being so jerky. This thing's got a lot of power. There's a few things I don't like about it, but there's more things that I do like about the tractor. That's real good for the task. You know, everything that we say, there's people say other things, this and that, but it takes more time and a little bit more money costs the less. Now, if I had a big barn, I would probably only do a little bit of this. Like this, I don't. Like this. And oh, that thing. This one here got ripped, so I got to go over here. And this is a special tape that they make just for that. Because if you don't cover it up and it starts to ferment, it will start rotting it all around in this area here. And it will mess up a lot of that bale. And after all this hard work, you don't want to waste any of it. There's my patch job. And what you want to do, you want to keep all the air from going in there. It's got to be sealed tight. Now it's been several weeks since I filmed us farming and wrapping. And I think we got close to, I have to ask my son for exact numbers, but I think it's about 280 wrapped. And I'm sure we did well over 300 because we've been feeding. We got about another 10 acres and we'll be done the whole first cutting. And my son's around here somewhere getting the disc bind for the last, getting the disc bind done for the last 10 acres that we got to do. Well, the 4th of July is just about here, and that's one of my favorite times of the year. It's always nice to get together with the family, see a parade or two, and what about the good grub on the grill? I want to wish everybody out there a safe and happy 4th of July. And I also would like to say thank you all for watching and thank you all for subscribing. And just remember, be someone important, be yourself. To the next time, God bless. See ya.